Hey guys! Sorry I haven't uploaded a video for the past week. I've been rather busy and it's just been far too stressful and I was just about going out of my mind, so I could not focus on making an actual video for you guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, I guess this is going to be a recap of my week. I guess I should tell you about Easter long weekend. God, that seems like a long time ago. Basically what ended up happening is we went to the cottage, my uncle's cottage. But no, it was rather interesting because what ended up happening was we went there, and generally around this time, because of all the ice that's melted and all that, and the locks, it's right by a set of locks, Trenton Canal. The locks aren't open yet, so the water level's generally like a foot or two higher. Not much, but yeah, it's still rather, we lose a bit of our property line. But no, this time, it was a lot higher. And I mean by not just a foot, by like 4. So it was really, really cool because almost everything was completely drenched. Like, the shore just went down gradually and ended up in water, so everything was really, really soggy around that area. And we needed to collect water from there because we don't have water in the cottage yet. And it was just a huge, huge, huge mess. My uncle was absolutely shocked when he saw it because he was just blown away by how much water there was. So yeah, that was really, really interesting. The last day that we were there, I did homework for most of the time. We had visitors, we had dinner, Easter dinner. I got splashed with water at like 7 o'clock in the morning because that's a European tradition. So yeah, it was rather fun. But the last day, what ended up happening is my mom and we decided to go for a canoe trip. So we got our canoe. We couldn't go on like the bigger part of the lake because that was just a huge, huge amount of water. The current was very strong. We wouldn't be able to paddle it. And so what ended up happening is we were going along the edges, but the edges are raised by 4 feet, so we ended up going on other people's properties. So it was really, really odd because like there's this one point where it kind of dips into this peninsula type thing and it goes back down, like that. And that whole area is completely, completely flat, so it was all flooded. And there was just enough water for us to get through. So I was in the front, my mom was in the back, so she was steering. And my job was to watch it for fireplaces. Which is so odd, because we're canoeing. We had to make sure we didn't hit a fireplace, because we almost scratched over our uncle's, because we could not see it, because it was completely underwater. It was odd. But it was really, really cool, because we were able to like get through these little cottages, we were able to see things. We saw a beaver, which was really cool. So yeah, I had a rather nice weekend. I got chocolate, and it was fun. And yeah, then I had school. What ended up happening after that was on the Tuesday that we were going back to school, I had first of period classes. I had school, like my normal English and photography. Then halfway through lunch, the Otesha team at our school, it's a club that I'm in. We went to a middle school to present. Otesha is an environmental group that uses drama to basically get their point out. So we do different plays and skits on different environmental and social justice topics. So yeah, we did a 45-minute long play for them, and it was really, really cool. I played a variety of different roles as different props and stuff like that, so I guess kind of my favorite line, because basically what ends up happening is there's this one scene where the main character, she's talking about like these nightmares that she's having, and there's this one where she's like trying to walk through this whole street covered in garbage, and the way that it happened, the second she said garbage, everyone dropped down on the floor except for her, and she had to pick her way through it as if like the people on the floor were garbage. But there's like 5 people who like actually have lines for that. It's like, I'm the apple core you didn't compost, I'm the t-shirt you threw out because I was too small, stuff like that. So when she gets to the very, very end, the last person says their line, and then all of a sudden I just like spring up, I'm a broken thing, and then they fall back down. And then she like goes off screaming for her grandmother, and it's it's a really fun scene, and I absolutely love my line. So everyone burst out laughing the second I said my line, and I was like, yes, it actually worked, because this is the first time we're actually performing in front of an audience. So yeah. Afterwards, this little 8th grader, God, they're so small, it's so odd. But yeah, this 8th grader comes up to me, and she kind of does this double take while walking past me. Then she looks at me. You have a broken thing, right? I'm like, yes, I am. And yeah, it was a rather nice moment for me, considering I've never been recognized for one of the parts, especially because they know my line. So yeah, it was rather interesting. But yeah, then I had school for the next couple of days. And then it's the weekend again. This weekend I started volunteering for the Living Arts Center again. I'm working on a set. I'm going to tell you a bit about that later. And I'm working with this girl. She's really nice. So yeah, it's rather fun. It took us half an hour to get the old sets off of the walls, because they have these walls that you put like the sceneries on, and you could just like turn them around, and it's like double-sided, one set, the other set. And yeah, these guys, the guys that went before us, they decided to super glue the whole set on, and they used so much glue. Oh my god, it was so hard to get off. We spent half an hour trying to get them off, like 2 people working on it non-stop. And yeah, it was just terrible. So yeah, we put the other set on top. You could just use tape and it would stick perfectly, because I've already done this the last time. And yeah, it worked. We thought up a couple designs, which are... well, there's just a couple designs. You're probably not going to be able to see this. It's basically an elementary school. There's the doors, and then there's the sign. And yeah, that's basically one of the palettes that we're going to do for one of the walls. The other one is kind of like this forest that leads off into the sunset type of thing. Can't really see it, but yeah, that's the basic idea. So yeah, we're going to be working on them. We have 6 weeks to finish up both the sets, which are like these huge walls. And on top of that, we had to make a school bus. We kind of want to make it a little bit more 3D, like make like the actual thing, and then the windshield, and then the small little thing that goes aside. But yeah, it's going to take a lot of work to finish everything. Hopefully we get it all done in time, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I volunteer every Saturday now for like 2 hours, and I don't like getting up in the morning, but it's worth it. This has been a kind of long update, especially for my sort of videos, so sorry about that, but I guess I should have made videos before, so you didn't have to be caught up all at once. Sorry I didn't make videos once again, and once again, I'm sorry I didn't make videos. Joe, I'll see you tomorrow, and bye guys!